Hello, everybody. This is my advocacy project and discussing tonight Family Literacy Nights for South Waco Elementary. Now, what is a literacy night? It is a once a month event where we invite students and families to come to the school for reading. And the librarian, me, will read one book aloud to the entire group. And at each table, there will be activities relating to the book, as well as other similar books that families can read together or even later check out. There'll also be a potluck, so there will be snacks, drinks that could be provided by staff and amazing families and volunteers, and as well as raffles for free books and book-related prizes. Now, for each literacy night, the goal is to also have a theme, such as Hispanic Heritage Month, different holidays, Black History Month, spring seasons, whatever the time may be, just a good theme to align with the literacy night. Now, for our target student audience, it'll be towards all students. So every member of our school community is open and available and is invited to come. However, specific themes can target certain groups. For instance, we could have a Hispanic Heritage Month that is specifically targeting our ELL and ESL families and provide Spanish books. Have me, the librarian, read a book in Spanish, have books at the table that are in Spanish and English, so that way families can share and read. There could also be father and daughter dances, so that way fathers can get more involved, as well as Black History Month that serves more of our population. Some of the benefits to Family Literacy Nights is one of our primary goals at South Waco Elementary this year is to get more parent involvement. A Family Literacy Night is a great way to connect with families to our school. It can strengthen the attitude towards reading, encourage and families to read at home, which also builds student achievement. It also improves parent and teacher relationships, seeing parents and teachers working together, seeing students talking about their books and celebrating what they're reading, whether it's in class or to their parents, or sharing a great, awesome book that they just read to their teacher, can build upon those relationships. And overall, just celebrate students reading. Introduce new novels to students as well as families, and to build upon their literacy. Now, some of the rationale and research behind this is that activities at Family Literacy Night can strengthen and enrich prior knowledge. For instance, many parents may not truly understand maybe why a teacher is implementing a certain activity in the classroom, but a Family Literacy Night can show, this is why this activity is important. If we're doing a coloring activity that has different words on the page that students make connections to, or spine poetry, that activity can align to what we're reading and also share to parents things that they could be doing at home to build upon student literacy. It also provides those learning strategies that they can practice at home. For every Family Literacy Night, parents can leave with different activities to take into their own rooms, into their own homes, and be more knowledgeable on how to use those learning strategies at home. And it can also encourage multi-language learners to bridge the language gap. Many of our students who are ELLs may have to bridge between how they talk at school, learning English at school, versus speaking in another language at home. This can bridge that gap and make students and families feel closer to the school. And research shows that strong relationship between educators, families is also just associated with higher achievement, improved student behavior, and also improved attitude towards school, whether that's from parents having a better attitude towards the school, or whether it is students towards school. And it can also just encourage families and staff to identify and know children's interest and show how that connects to literacy. Parents may have an idea of what books they need to be buying for their children or reading at home, but seeing how many different novels there are in our library and our collection can also just encourage parents to take a better understanding of what interests their child. Now, for our budget, I've aligned $1,000. Now, I know at the beginning of our presentation, I mentioned that foods and drinks could be supplied through potluck, through volunteers. However, we also want to make sure that part of our budget is thinking whether there is a family that is willing to bring certain items. So we want to have additional funds set aside for that, as well as paper supplies to keep our cafeteria and our area, of course, food free later on, and cleanup, decorations that will be incorporated to the theme and make it come to life, as well as raffle prizes, books and things. So our budget will allow for that too. Now, measuring the impact. We will be measuring attendance, so number of families, number of students. Also, does it change throughout the course of the year? Maybe say 1 month is lower than all the others, deciding why that month had a lower turnout, and the impact of that theme towards attendance. We will also be sending out surveys, student surveys, asking students whether they enjoyed it, maybe potential theme ideas, parent surveys, maybe things that they want to work on or have a better understanding of, as well as teacher surveys if they enjoyed the literacy night and ways to improve upon. Another way to measure impact is looking at patron statistics. So looking at our collection. Are more books checked out because of more family involvement in our library into literacy? Maybe different types of books that are more checked out. Maybe we have a family literacy night that is all about different types of animals. Maybe let's look at the statistics on what types of books were checked out that month. Were books about animals more checked out that month, or was it something else? Did it have an impact at all? And also, of course, student achievement data. Now with student achievement data, it's not going to be the only reason of impact. So for instance, if we're looking at iReady scores or STAR data, we have to take in consideration a multitude of things, but a family literacy night could just be one of the things that impacts student achievement data. And then also parent involvement. Does the number of parents volunteer with school increase? Does it decrease? How do parents feel about the school overall? And what can we do to help improve that? Here are my references of different journals and articles that talked about family literacy nights and its impact. And thank you so much. I hope you take into consideration a family literacy night. I think it is a great way to build upon our student community. Thank you and have a great night.